Helen, you guys are coming into the new year and restarting conference play coming up. But let's look back at this point. You guys are 6-5 overall, 6-3 against Division III opponents. Is this kind of where you thought the team might be heading into this point of the year, where you hoped, or assess where you guys are at?
Yeah, I mean, I think in some sense it is. I mean, we played two very good NAIA schools early in this year, and so I think we've had some successes, but we've also had some games where we're like, oh, that's one we should have been able to get, and so we just need to try to find that consistency within the team day in, day out, and I think we're getting a little bit more of that because people are kind of in the same roles. I mean, with Chloe going down for a bit, that changed, and then we had to move some people, and people are now getting used to playing out of position and playing in the positions that our limitations are requiring us. With no true back to the basket post player outside of a freshman. We've tweaked our offense. We've made some more additions over the break, so we're looking forward to seeing how those kind of play out. And but I mean, we're not satisfied with where we are, but I think it's been a good learning process, and I think we've really grown and we played competition that will get us prepared for our conference for sure.
At this point of the year, you know a little bit more about the character and personality of this team. What have you learned that maybe you didn't expect going into the season?
I don't think there's been a lot of surprises. I mean, I think I think Cammie, just that what she can bring as a freshman and be pretty consistent on it. She was sick over the trip to Texas and was able to push through. So I think just kind of their ability to push through things, being fairly inexperienced in a lot of positions, has been maybe what you hoped for, but it's not really a surprise. I mean, we saw that most of those kids could do that, and we look for that when we're recruiting them. So I think I've been happy with the fact that they are finding ways to push through adversity right now.
We begin conference play again with Lewis and Clark and Pacific this weekend. Do we know anything about these two teams coming up?
Yeah, Lewis and Clark is my scout, so I know a little bit more about them. I've seen Pacific a little bit on film in the middle of things, but I wouldn't really say I have a feel for them. Lewis and Clark, pretty balanced, a really nice guard in Leith. She was an all-conference player last year, really athletic, having to play point guard more this year than a wing, but can get to the rack, good three-point shooter. A little bit more post-oriented this year with Afalabi graduating. They are a little bit more inside-oriented. We'll mix up between man and zone and a good defensive team. And so they have had a ton of close games. They've been in every game except for maybe two this year. And so they find ways to compete, and they're doing a nice job, their staff, of figuring out how to utilize their kids. They're senior laden, but some of those kids are in new roles again, like some of ours are too. And so I think they're just finding their feet right now.